the cruel moon coming in where you keep looking now. It is the hollow month of March now sweeping in. Let's watch phenomenons that rise out of the darkness now. Within the light, she is my storm and heroine.
This is my first diary entry for the big adventure that I'm going on, which is to walk the length of Wales over 2 weeks. Some 200 miles or more, with everything I need to survive on my back, camping, bivvying, walking the mountains, taking the high road. So tomorrow morning I'll be catching the train at 6 o'clock in the morning to Llandudno in North Wales, one of the most northern parts of mainland Wales. I'll get off the train and begin the journey home. I'm walking home, that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 weeks. So here I am, one of the most northerly points in mainland Wales, just north of Llandudno. It's about 2 or 3 kilometre walk from Llandudno. I just got off the train there. So that way is North Scotland, that way is south to Bristol. So I've got to start my journey now. This is where it begins. I'm not allowed to get any kind of transport, no bicycles, no piggybacks, no buses, no trains, just walking across mountains, trying to get back home. So it's lovely weather, just a little bit windy. It's I think it's probably about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I need to get up into Snowdonia and find somewhere to camp and hope the weather's just as nice up there, maybe get a bit of a sunset. You can see the Llandudno just there, town of Llandudno, and that lump of rock sticking out to the left. I walked right around that earlier. That's right at the end on the left there is where I made my video, where I'm got the sea behind me. Right, so I just got to find somewhere to camp now. I'm thinking it'd be nice to maybe go up a little bit further and see if I can find somewhere that has both the sunset and we'll see the sunrise in the morning. Wow, well I just can't believe this. I got a proper 360-degree view. I'm on the top of a mountain, I don't know what, it's a big mountain though, over 3,000 feet, the sun's setting, and here, which I've only just seen because the hill's been in the way, are the Carneddau, some of the highest mountains in the UK. And here, I don't know if you can make it out, but I think that's you can see Snowdon, certainly some of the ridges of Snowdon. Some really big mountains. So here, looking south into the valley, I guess that probably the Conwy Valley, and all the way back round. And so yes, that's Llandudno, which I walked from earlier. I remember a couple of months ago I flew to the Isle of Man, which is out there, you can't see it, but it was in a light aircraft, and I would have been up there somewhere. And I think it was a morning, and the weather was like this, and I was looking down on Snowdonia, and even from up there it was breathtaking. I couldn't take my eyes off it. I think I even got some photos online somewhere of it. And another thing, a couple of weeks ago when I decided to do this whole trip, Bristol down there somewhere, I had a dream, a very vivid dream, and it is uncanny how almost exactly like the dream this is right now. Just, this is day one and the weather is just perfect. I just couldn't ask for anything better. And I'm looking south at the journey ahead of me, and I'm just extremely chuffed and happy about being out here, not being in the city, getting to spend some time in Wales, in the countryside. This is what life's all about. Right, so day two, I'm camped just on the summit of Talavan, which is north of Snowdonia. As you can probably hear, it's quite windy. I've just spent my first night. Amazing sunset last night. And amazing views, really inspiring. Exactly why I've come on this adventure. Bit more sobering, spending the night and doing normal household things. I planned my route for today. I'm going to walk across the Carneddais, which is it's a really big bit of land. I mean, most of the Carneddais, if not all of them, are over 3,000 feet, so they're all Munros, and there's only 14 Munros in Wales, and I'll be doing maybe 4 of them today. I'll show you in a minute. You can just see the mountains over there. They're occasionally shrouded in clouds, so it's going to be quite a wet day. So the main priority for the day is getting water. My water's bloody got a bloody leak in it. You had one job and it's got a little leak, and before I left I had to araldite it together to stop the leak, but it seems to have split, and I mean I should be right for a couple of days. So again, in Buckley-Houston I'll be able to get a new bottle, hopefully. I seem to remember Buckley-Houston being that kind of outdoorsy camping kind of place. So I'll show you, I'll just show you briefly inside the tent. I don't know if, yeah, you can see that. This is where I am sleeping in the stand right now. It's a nice pillow. And then this, out here, I've got to walk today. Yeah, so it keeps going. It's misty and then sunny. There's a nice bit of sunshine there. So who knows what today holds.
I was a lover, just cause I steal the things you hide, just cause I focus while we're dancing on, just cause I offered you a ride. Still I am not from Barcelona, no, I am not even from Madrid. I am a native of the North Pole, and that could mess up any kid. Well, if you could reinvent my name, well, if you could redirect my day, I wanna be the king of Spain.
So that little tiny farmhouse past the lake is where I'm camping tonight. There's a little campsite there. But first I've got to negotiate this little funny bit here and follow that path and then that track to the campsite. Shouldn't take me too long, maybe just under an hour. Some proper serious scrambling back there, coming down off that. You know, having to really watch my feet and use my hands a lot, like coming down backwards, God, because I really don't want to hurt my legs or my ankles or anything. This heavy backpack is pretty tough. Exciting though. So that beast there is Triven. It looks impossible, but I'm going to climb that tomorrow. I've done it before with a backpack, so I know it is actually possible. But that is one hell of a steep mountain. Look at it. So here we are on day 2. This is the bottom of Triven. I walked across the Carneddais yesterday. Basically feeling quite tired. A lot of walking and a lot of weight on my back, and another big day of walking ahead of me today. I'm going to try and get to Bedglet, south of Snowdon. So I'm going to try and get up Triven, the Glidders and Snowdon, which are, well, Triven and the Glidders are all kind of the same mountain, I suppose, and then down right into the valleys again, and then up Snowdon. So quite a long day. Yeah, generally yesterday was brilliant weather. Just so lucky with the weather so far. Incredible views, just fantastic to see. These mountains aren't just high, they're big. There's just so much to them. And it's just awe-inspiring being in their presence. I've seen it before, but it's just so easy to forget just how huge and majestic they are, and ominous as well. Like, you know, they mean business.
Well, I walk upon the river like it's easier than land. Evil's in my pocket and your will is in my hand. Oh, your will is in my hand. And I'll throw it in the current that I stand upon so still. Love is so from what I've heard, but my heart's learned to kill. Oh, mine has learned to kill. Oh, I said I could rise from the harness of our goals. Here come the tears, but like always, I let them go. Just let them go.
So a bit of a crazy thing. Earlier on I was saying how grumpy I was. I came down Glidder. I was coming down Gliddervach to Penna Pass, and I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to make it up Snowdon. And there was a real moment where I had to think, I've really got to be sensible and not go up Snowdon because it's just going to be too late. And I I took the wrong route getting to Penna Pass and I had to walk back up a little bit of Var, and my shoes are leaking, so now I have to buy new shoes. And I was just really demoralised. But I was pepping myself up thinking that I was going to have a swim in the lake halfway up Snowdon. That would have been really nice. But as I started walking towards the lake halfway up Snowdon, the weather just cleared up like something else, and I just couldn't get out of my head that I could just push on and make it up Snowdon for the sunset. Well, and I think it's worth it. I mean, the thing is now I'm on the top of Snowdon. Right, I need to find somewhere to camp. Oh God. I am stood on the top of Wales and nobody else is around. I mean, how often do you get this opportunity? The weather is incredible and the view is just oh, beautiful. I can't believe it. A bit worried where I'm going to sleep. I am thinking of sleeping down here on this in my bivvy. I'll give that a go. I am currently standing on the top of Snowdon at the trig point. I just set up my bivvy for the night. The sun is set, the moon is out, you can hardly see anything, and John has just come up. And we've been chatting about stuff. So John, tell me why you're here.
We're doing the National Three Peaks Challenge in aid of raising money for a charity. We set off from home yesterday at midday and we started climbing at 9:30 last night at Ben Nevis. Yeah. So that's when the actual challenge starts. At the bottom of Ben Nevis, you up and down Ben Nevis, drive to Scarfell Pike. You do Scarfell Pike, and then you drive to
what
Snowdon.
time did you get up Scarfell Pike?
We got to the bottom, we set off at the bottom at 7:30.
In the morning?
And we got up and down in 4 hours 15.
Wow.
And then obviously drove here.
Wow, and now
I've got to go back down.
Yeah.
And find my friend who's stuck down there because he's injured.
Yeah, he hasn't moved, has he? We're just looking at
him.
We're looking into the belly of Snowdon, and you can see some lights, some head torches, and
there's people coming, but that's the worst bit. It's one of the worst bits right there.
Yeah.
But an epic journey. I've really enjoyed it. Actually,
yeah.
I'm so sore. My legs don't want to work, and my knee's about to blow out.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed it.
And how much money have you raised for charity?
Nearly £1,000.
Wow.
Wow, Tom, it's been lovely to meet you, but I think I am actually going to head off back down now. I've still got the challenge to do.
You take care now.
I will do, Tom. You take it easy. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Who's ringing me at the top of... Oh, God. Isn't that amazing? Right when I get to the top.
Lost you. Tracy, lost you. Tracy.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
How you doing?
Hi.
You're right.
I don't know.
We're at the summit. Group 1 at the summit. Brilliant. We've got visuals. Well done.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm actually bivvying now.
Oh, brilliant.
I thought I was going to have a quiet.
Yeah, we've got another 400 to come. No, just another group.
There's another group.
But looks like you're. 2 hours. I don't think you can have much. We've got one group there.
Yeah.
And I'd say we have another group which probably haven't got onto the saddle yet.
Oh, really? I should move my stuff and go to sleep.
Yeah, all right. They're a nice group. They'll...
Sunrise on Snowdon. Thought I was going to have a night to myself. Then, of course, there's a 3 Peak Challenge people finishing at Snowdon last night. There was about 30 of them. So after it got dark, in various waves, all in all about 30 people came, and it was fun at first, but then it did get a bit like it was a party up here, and shouting and whooping, and I was just sat on the side feeling a little bit left out. But anyway, they left eventually, and then I got some sleep, and then about 3 o'clock in the morning, the last company arrived at 3 o'clock in the morning, and there was 4 of them, and they were so far behind because one of them, a young lad, in his 20s, he's had a couple of strokes, and so he's not so good at walking, but he's done it. And so there I am at 3 o'clock in the morning, starry sky. You can see the lights of Llanberis and Anglesey, and chatting to these 4 guys, very, very happy. They were very, very pleased, very easygoing, and cracked out the single malt whiskey and this rather wonderful Scottish cup. I suppose it's a cup. It's more like something, more like a tea strainer, but made of metal. It had like Celtic knotwork on it, very beautiful. So we had this ritualistic dram of whiskey at 3 o'clock in the morning, as you do on the top of Wales. Crazy. Right, so I'm heading down there now to Buckley, and hopefully have most of the day resting. No more mountains for me today. Now, there's an interesting thing here I want to show you. Can you see Cadair Idris and Rhinog Vawr? They are out there, and that's where I'm going. I mean, hopefully I get there soon. I don't know, the Rhinog's first. Rhinog's, I don't know if you can see that, maybe. But if I can get there within a few days, that would be good. I gotta say, these last few days, these mountains have taken it out of me, and it makes me... I know it's not all going to be like this, but gosh, if I had to do this for 2 weeks, I'd be broken. I'd be broken. So let me see if I can carefully get up on here without break. Okay, so that's the Glidders where I was yesterday. Glidders, and just behind them the Carneddais. And then this is the way, one of the ways up Snowdon, and you've got, I guess that's Crib Goch. That's where I was planning on staying last night, but then got drawn by the sunset up here and made a final mad push up these tracks here, up there, and then came to there. So that's Anglesey up there. Clean Peninsula, maybe just make out Bardsey Island. That's the cafe, and that that little diesel heater, I could hear it all night and smell it. The irony. I'm not really sure now what these. I mean, this is south, looking south, and where I'm going, I don't think I'm going doing. I think it's that way. I do think it's that way to Buckley. Yeah. So Very beautiful.
Well, if I ever see the morning, just like a lizard in the spring, I'm gonna run out in the meadow to catch the silence when it sings. I'm gonna force the Serengeti to disappear into my eyes. Then when I hear your voices calling, I'm gonna turn just inside now. Well, if I ever get to slumber, just like I'm all deep in the ground, hell, I won't be found. Deep in the dust, forgotten, gather, I grow a diamond in my chest. I make reflections as the moonshine, turn to a villain as I rest. Well, if I ever get to slumber, just like I'm all deep in the ground, hell, I won't be found.
So this is day 4, I think. Yeah, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Oh, maybe it's day 5. Day 5. So Friday was day 1, Friday, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6? It's Wednesday, day 6, I think it's Wednesday, day 6. I can't even begin to describe the horrendousness of what I've just walked through. It's like getting near dark, so I really need to find somewhere to camp. And I think I said earlier I took a wrong turn and I was trying to find another path to get around this really boggy land. Well, it's just boggy land everywhere. There's no real path. The paths are rivers, and it was just endless, just like a joke. I mean, I was walking through bracken, like ripping bracken with my knees, like the path for a bit, and then the path disappears. But then I just knew I had to get into the forest, and there was a path in the forest, and I thought that would be fine once I got into the forest. But then, oh my God, I got into the forest, and the path it is a path, but it's a river and boggy, and like you can't walk in it because it's just puddles and mud, and it's just impossible. And so I knew that there was a track, a forestry track, a proper forestry track above me. So I went through the woods. I just thought, sod it, go through the woods. And it's like a tropical jungle. I'm like jumping, getting up over fallen branches. It's mossy and it's still boggy in the woods. And I was just craving to get this forestry track. Oh my God, when I saw it, because I was going through this the forest like a jungle and ripping bits and ducking under some bits. I thought I'd never make it. I thought I'd be stuck in the middle of the woods and it'd get dark. And then I saw the forestry track above me and oh my god, the relief. I am at the base of Cadair Idris, having sorted loads of things out in Dog Echlai, unexpectedly. I mean, I've got a new pair of boots, got a new phone battery. God, I mean, this morning I was really thinking, oh, this is rough, wet boots, phone doesn't even work. And now it's getting late into evening and I've decided, like before with Snowdon, to just make a push for the top to try and catch the sunset. Again, it's not the most wise decision, but there's a bothy up there, an actual little shed if things don't go so well, but the weather is supposed to be good, so hopefully I'll make it up there for the sunset. So I'm stood within the bothy from the summit of Cadair Idris, and it's just suddenly struck me that of what I'm doing on this journey. If you remember, a few days ago, I was on Snowdon. I stayed the night on the trig point of Snowdon, and I showed you the plaque on the trig point. There's lots of arrows pointing to features in the land, in the view, and two of which are the Rhinogs and Cadair Idris, which I showed you, and this is Cadair Idris now, so I've walked over all the land in between us here and that peak, and so it's the first time I've seen Snowdon since I left it. I mean, there's also the Clean Peninsula out there as well, which you might have seen from the top of Snowdon, and behind Snowdon then Llandudno, where I started off. But when I saw Snowdon coming up on the scree slope just now, it suddenly struck me what I'm doing. All of the other times that I've come up mountains and seen big views, you know, you see the land, I see the land, and it's beautiful. But it always looks like land that's far away. But seeing Snowdon now, I was only there a couple of days ago, and it's not just land far away. I slept on the top of that peak, and not only that, but I walked every single step between here and there, which is something that human beings have done for the last, well, forever. That's still more our natural mode of transport than any other mode of transport. And it's done at a pace where, you know, I've often thought this on this journey, looking down at my feet as I'm walking, and I can see the detail in every single stone, every single crack, every single blade of grass, every single little bit of flower. You know, I'm not whizzing past on a bike, not whizzing past in a car where things become a blur. Like, it's enough time to soak in everything. It's a human pace. So it's a completely different way of looking at the land, of knowing the land. So, and then I got on the top, and then I got on the top of, so I got to the trig point, and I was a bit nervous really, because I mean, I didn't know exactly where this bothy was, and as you can see, it's already quite dark, and I was considering camping just a bit lower down, but it's still quite windy, and I wouldn't want to camp. I mean, it was nice and flat, but I wouldn't really want to be camping in that. And on the trig point was like someone had painted a red stone, and in loving memory of someone, and it's been up there since May, it's been up there quite a while. No one's moved it. It's just been on top of that trig point. It just brought a tear to my eye. I thought of all the people that I've lost that died or become estranged from, and and just that. I've had a rough couple of days, in the rain and leaky boots, and it's a struggle. It's life's a trudge sometimes. You just got to push on through, and it's not much fun. But sometimes there's these moments where you stand on the top of a mountain, and it's just and I just felt so full of life, so happy to be alive, and the fragility of life, and the craziness of life, and what I'm doing on this journey, and I don't quite know why I'm doing it, but it's a very basic and raw thing to be doing. I'm I can see myself returning to like an animal state where all I care about is sleep. Last night I slept just like in the tiniest little bit of flat that I could find hidden behind a hill, so in these sort of woody bits, so this farm couldn't see me, or no one could see me in the morning. And it was just like before I just wouldn't sleep there, but now I'm just like, it doesn't matter. It's late. I find anywhere. And the same with everything else. It's just like it's basic animal food, sleep, walk, survive, drink. It doesn't matter. I'm not so fussy about the water I drink. I'm not so fussy about the food. I'm not fussy where I sleep. I'm not fussy about how dirty my clothes are or how I smell. It's just like move, go, live, survive, look at views, do what I can. So is this day 8 then? It's Saturday, the Saturday after Friday. Friday being the day that I left a week ago. So day 9, I think. So it's Monday, Friday was day 8, Saturday day 9, Sunday day 10, day 11. Day 11, right, start of day 11. I'll get a lot of miles done on these roads. This is heading to Ryder, but in the pace I'm doing, I might make the other side of Ryder. Should be nice. I get to build well sooner. Saw a heron earlier. Big hill. Mangurig up there.
So deep into the orchard you will stumble on the skin of snakes. So let me know your nerves will lose the road. And I will boil the curtains to extract the drugs of springtime. But that unicorn you stirs up as a mule. I said throw me in the fire now, come on. I said throw me in the fire now, come on. And far out on the ocean with a colored nail of force the whale, a tattoo all our crimes across his back. And to see him swim up to the harbor of the city with the shiver in our buildings as we...
Day 12. So it's day... It's Wednesday. Day 14. This is just because I don't really want to record anything, but I thought that's probably a good time to record something, you know, because most of the time that I spend on this walk is pretty mundane. Walking, good God, so much walking. I mean, it's nice, and it's never the same. I mean, every field. Oh, do I need to go down there? Nope. Yeah, it's nice, it's never the same. The weather's different, the hills are slightly different, the vegetation's slightly different. Here, a different animal, different bird songs. Oh, and the phases of the moon. That's something I've been surprised by, is noticing, because every night, well not every night, a lot of nights I've seen the moon rise, always in the same place. Oh God, do I need to go down here? That's the trouble with some of these paths. I'm always checking. Yeah, so the border. Well, just like the hardship of it. Like sometimes it's quite scary. Like it was stressful last night. It wasn't the best place to camp, and I was just worried the farmer's dog would smell me or something and he'd come up and tell me off. I mean, that's the worst that could happen, is just an angry farmer. And farmers can be angry. With the fear of like getting caught somewhere that's like miles from anywhere, I don't have much food left, or I hurt my ankle or something, and I get up and I'm cold and wet and no reception on the phone or something like that. Oh, and generally, like my life as well, there's some strange mushrooms all in the line. I think they might be those ear mushrooms. They look like ears, but usually you see them on branches, on dead branches, but they were right on the side of the track in a very regimental straight line. Life. Because I'm taking time out to do this walk, and it's taking longer than usual. I've had to borrow money to do it. So what if I don't get a job when I'm back? You know, what if I'm missing opportunities to get work? What if I go into debt and it's a pain to get out of, those kinds of things. That kind of stuff. So anyway, all this stuff plays on my mind when I'm walking. Oh yeah, then my blisters aren't too bad, to be honest. It's kind of just as much pain in my left little toe, just because the boot doesn't quite fit. This morning I had pain in my neck. That seems to have gone after a sleep. Yeah, the novelty just kind of wears off sometimes of being out. But no, I mean, I do enjoy it. It's nice. I mean, it's nice not being in front of a computer. But a lot of the same sort of thing feels with sheep. There's about 30 sheep looking at me right now, and then they'll run away, and the path's gone, so I have to look at the map. So the basic gist of what I'm saying is that a lot, like the majority of this walk is what it's like. I mean, it's just a lot of walking. I mean, that's obvious, isn't it? But yeah, I just thought I'd record something when not much is happening, and I'm just feeling a bit like, a bit, for God's sake. Which is, I'm not all the time, but it's a pretty significant part of sport. Not much else. Right, I'm going on a bit now. Well, bye then.
Hi, day 15.
Day 16. Basically yesterday I didn't do anything. It was my first actual rest day where I stayed in the same place for 2 nights in a row at this lovely campsite in Brecon. So this is day 17. I walked from Brecon to Crickhowl yesterday, accompanied mostly by my friend Hat on a bike. It was very nice to have some company and some chatting. It was good terrain, easy going. The canal path, I mean the puddles, there were some puddles, that was about as bad as it got, and some rain, which wasn't much fun. And then in the evening I met my friends Sam and Andy. That was really good, and had some pub food and lots of laughs, and Andy we did some filming at night under car headlights, which was a bit of fun. Then stayed in this lovely campsite, which is nice to be in a campsite. And now today joined by my friend Alan and Hat again, and going to make my way to Abergavenny and hopefully maybe get beyond Abergavenny a little bit if I can this evening. Day 18 probably. So walked not a huge amount yesterday from Crickhowl to the other side of Brecon. Kind of starting to feel like Bristol's quite near. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll get home on Thursday now. I've just got to get to Monmouth, then down the Wye Valley, and it's not that far. And well, I mean, it's still quite a way, but just so surprisingly starting to feel quite grumpy about that. I mean, exciting to be getting home and to be completing this journey, but you know, getting back to Bristol and getting back to having to find a job, really, I suppose, and being a normal person that doesn't live out of bags. Yeah, so just feeling a bit like, oh, yeah, it'll be sad when it's over. But it means I can't do this forever, good God. Oh yeah, and I got this new hat that Alan's wife made. Had lunch around there yesterday, which was really nice. So rain forecast all day today, and I've got about 20 kilometres to do, and it's a bit late in the day, so probably walking quite fast to make sure I get there in time, or otherwise I'll be camping in a field somewhere. So yeah.
See the ripples on the water as I throw pebbles in the pond, to let the sky go past its surface. Empty my pockets filled with stones, my pockets filled with stones. See the sadness of the sailor as I will scratch his deep blue floor. Already in my years of bad luck, oh, I broke his mirror long before. When I dive into the water, I've raised the bottom to be safe. just a shallow grave. Found the darkness in my neighbors. I found the fire in the frost. I found a season what's claimed healthy. Oh, I need the guidance of the lost. When I dive into the water, I've reached the bottom to be saved. It's just a shallow grave. It's just a shallow grave. It's just a shallow grave.
This is one of those things that's happened a few times. It's getting dark. I need to find somewhere to camp, but there's nowhere. And it makes me stressed. I've still got a while, probably an hour. We're in the woods and under the overcast rainy sky. I could lose track of the path. I know that there's a steep descend coming soon, and yeah, it's just not the best conditions. I'm sure it's a very pretty view over there. I can't see it. Well, it's the Wye Valley, it's the Wye River down there. Yeah, I just left Tinton Abbey where I had lunch, quite late lunch, and heading towards Chepstow. Turns out the camping site on the map doesn't exist, so it's a wild camp tonight, which I guess is quite nice, because it's probably my last night. And it'd be nice. I prefer the wild camping. Well, when it's a good spot. So hopefully I can find a good spot. So day 20. I've just woken up near Chepstow in the Wye Valley Woods. Early start. So I'm going to try and walk to my flat today across the Severn Bridge. It's about 27 kilometres, so probably the furthest I've walked yet. So yeah, big day. So in the next couple of hours I'll be walking out of Wales, so the coast to coast will happen, and then walk to Bristol. So God, yeah, mixed feelings really, excited and sad.
I sense a runner in the garden, although my judgment's known to fail. Once built a steamboat in a meadow, 'cause I'd forgotten how to sail. I know the runner's going to tell you there ain't no cowboy in my hair. I sense a spy up in the chimney. From all the evidence I'll burn, I guess I'll read it in the smoke now, and soon to ashes I'll return. I know the spy is going to tell you it's not my flag up in the bowl. So now he's buried by the lilies, so I could stay forevermore in your eyes, babe.
Day 21, and I'm back home. And still taking it in, really. I watched some of my. I've been watching some of the video clips back on the phone. I'm watching the very first clip of me sitting here 3 weeks ago now, the night before I caught the train to Llandudno, and wow, I mean, I don't recognise that person in a way. Feels like so much has happened in that time. Such an adventure, just so many experiences, and I'm still remembering bits of it, like when I was in Llandudno, like getting chips at Llandudno, like literally like half an hour after I got off the train in Llandudno, trying to come to terms with the fact that I now have to walk all the way home. I'm feeling quite excited about it. It was really nice weather, and having some chips from just a normal chip shop, and speaking to the guy there about my adventure, and you know, him being interested and me being so new and innocent to what was about to unfold. Yeah, so this is my last entry. The end of the trip. It's a lot of hard work, and I haven't always enjoyed it. At least I'm still not exactly sure why I did it. But here we are. Right, now to the adventure of everything else.
Oh, and it's God I see in headlights, kneeling down on frozen highways, and salvation and white knuckles on a wheel. And the deer is in the audience by the border of the darkness, where forgiveness grows and slowly winds away. Well, there's a question somewhere asked with all the answers inside, but I'll never find the kid before she's gone. Well, the day is never done, but there's a light on where you sleep, and so I hope somewhere the troubles will be gone. But now the ghost is in my jacket, and my stairs were built in anger, winding forcefully but end up where I stand. But there are no rocks or salt and nails, I load my cannons not to kill you, simply lost the words to tell you I'm afraid. And there's a sign up to a hill to see the far of the land, where the sign will tell you turn if there's a one. Still the day is never done, but there's a light on where you sleep, and so I hope somewhere the troubles will be gone. Oh darling, when it's you I see in headlights, driving down the golden highway, and salvation and the beauty of some race. And the deer has gone without me to the valley of surrender. There is still another world along his tracks. And there's that sign up to the hill to see the far of the land, where the sign will say there's still a higher one. And now the day is slowly setting and the lights somewhere sleeping, so I hope somewhere that troubles will be gone.